Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the JRose Experience. I'm your host, JRose. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm super hyped about this week's episode. Today's guests have tons of industry insight and are coming on to drop some gems for those that are aspiring to be creative and really get out there into the industry. We have Brooklyn hip-hop artist Skyzoo joining us today to talk about his music career and what it's like to be a ghostwriter. And we also have CEO of Avenue Music Group, Mr. Joshua Walker, joining us to teach us some of the do's and don'ts of being a music artist. Then we'll all sit together and discuss the dark side of the music industry and how to stay in the light path of it all. Later on, we'll play our random improv game off the top, and you'll get a chance to have some random fun with us. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back with our first guest. You're watching the JRose Experience, where creatives come to keep growing. Be right back. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is the JRose Experience. I am your host, JRose, and I'm here with my guest, Joshua Walker, CEO of Avenue Music Group, right? Also known as AMG. He's a Brooklyn-born entrepreneur, and he's out here making noise, helping out musical talent that's in New York. So welcome. Thanks for coming on. I'm so happy
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to this. Yes.
So me and Joshua talk often, and we don't always agree on things, which is amazing. I really appreciate people that can have a different opinion and be able to express it in a professional manner. And that has a lot to do with your business and what you teach. You teach creative people to do.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about AMG.
AMG. All right. So where can I start? I actually started AMG when I was 19.
Wow.
I actually dropped out of college because I just felt like college wasn't a route for me. And
Okay.
I don't think it's a route for everybody.
Agreed.
But I was doing something on the outside. So I'm like, I really love music. I love helping others. And I love just being able to work with other people.
Yeah.
Just helping other people reach their goals. So I was like, how can I mix them all together? Because I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't do none of that creative stuff. So I was like, I was always going to business, and so how about I just, be like, take all that, put it together, and help artists out like that.
Well, that's what I wanted to know. How was it like being like the only kid in Brooklyn that didn't know, young black male in Brooklyn that doesn't know how to drop a high 16?
No 16, no nothing. I can't two-step. Like,
Damn,
it's crazy.
Not even a two-step.
Not a two-step.
Can we get this brother some dance classes?
Like, not. It is. You know what's funny? My dad is like a professional dancer. He has a dance team. It's crazy. Like, I wish I was joking, but he has a dance team upstate. My brother can dance. My sister could. Everybody can dance except me. Like, I have two left feet. It's horrible.
So how were you able to discover this other creative talent that you have? Mm-hmm. How were you able to find that?
It just came natural to me, I would say. It came natural because ever since junior high school, elementary school, those book catalogs of chocolate. So I would always sell them to my mom's friend. Like, hey, you want to buy some chocolate?
Oh, he was a hustling.
Yeah, I tried to get it in. You know what I'm saying? So I would sell those chocolate from the catalogs, and I won a bike one year in elementary school. In junior high school, it transitioned to I never sold anything illegal or anything. I'm a good person, but it transitioned to gum. So I would buy an Orbix pack of gum, and sell 2 or 3 pieces to everybody in the class. Then from there, I went to chocolate in high school. So it was always about selling and that business side. And the helping people just came natural. I would just talk to my friends and just hear things. I look at things black and white a lot of the times. Yeah. So if I can just hey, I see it logistically and this is how it works in my mind, then I'll be able to give people advice from there.
So what are some of the biggest mistakes that you see a lot of music artists do when they're trying to market themselves?
Market themselves? Man, that's a great question. Good question. Make you stop and think. When people a lot of artists try to market themselves, I feel like they don't create a plan. I feel like they just jump right into it. They just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna create some dope content, some dope music, and they can be the dopest musician, rapper, singer on the planet. But that's where it ends. And it's like, I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna just shoot a message to every single person I know, and people are supposed to love me for it, without actually thinking like, how can I create some type of conversation around the material that I'm putting out? How can I really connect with people? Which shows am I going to perform at? How can I set all these things up? So it's like they just go out without a plan. I think that's one of the biggest things.
So as far as starting a plan, where would be like, what would you consider like step one?
Step one? Can I go back to like step zero? Honestly, honestly, I want to take it a step back, because it's like everything is focus, having a focus. A lot of artists, especially in this day and age, entrepreneurship is like, you have to be an entrepreneur. You have to do everything by yourself. And it's like, even like right here, you have a whole team. Like, you're not doing this all alone, but it's like, you know what you're good at. You know, I'm good at X, Y, and Z, but I also want to do my own graphics. I also want to do this. I also want to do that. And they do multiple things all at once. And it's like, if you're a good musician, focus on the music. Focus on the music and let it grow from there, grow naturally, rather than trying to do everything all at once. So
what advice would you give someone that is multifaceted? Because a lot of creative people can't just do one thing. So like me, I'm a spoken word poet, but I also used to draw a lot. I mean, if I should have kept doing it, but you know, like what advice would you give someone that is multifaceted, has a lot of skill sets in multiple areas, and they do want to somehow monetize on all of them?
Everything. So I always give people, because I would say, I have a client that I met with recently, honestly, that she does like two different things, like events, and she's also trying to build her artistry. So I tell her, like, one thing you have to be, like, find where your passion's at, right? So, like, whatever you're truly passionate about, I say stay in that lane. And two, I always give the example of, like, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is a model. He is a business owner. He does comedy. He does movies, actor. He has his own production company. He does a million things, but that all stemmed from stand-up. Stand-up. He focused on the stand-up, did it for 10, 15 years straight, and then he started branching out. So that's what I would always tell artists, like, hey, focus on one thing for now, and do it to the best of your ability. Because if you could put 100% into one thing, that's how it's gonna pop, and then you can go somewhere else. But if you put 20% here, 20% there, I feel like it can be done, but I feel like the most efficient way to do it, focus on one thing and branch out in the future.
What's one of the biggest changes that you've influenced in a client's
biggest
career?
Changes? And it's funny because it's not even a musician. I would say my own girlfriend.
Oh,
shout out to Stace.
Hey, boo.
Shout out to Stace. I gotta talk to the camera for this one.
She's about to die. Let me tell you something.
She right there. But yeah, I will always say it was her. She was one of the people that was most influenced by just the stuff that I gave her. And the funny thing is, like, it was focus, because she has a relationship workbook where it helps couples. She's an author. She designed it. She's a graphic designer. We was doing like Project Getaway, which we was like sending couples on a surprise international trip. We would just focus on a million things. And I said, Stace, the book is great and the book is amazing, and you know people love it. It's impacting people, but what's your true passion? And it was always design. So I said, hey, get back to that. And since then, if you want to like talk the money thing, is like she made more money within, like, let's say 2 or 3 months than she made the past year.
Nice.
But it's not all about money, but it's just happiness. And she realized, like, hey, as long as I focus on something, I'm consistently growing from there. So I think it would be her. She would be a top person.
Look at that. Isn't that nice, having a babe that not only gives you love, but also puts you on a nice track in life? That's like some really
multifaceted right there.
Yeah, talk about it. I like that. Maybe next time I'll have both of y'all on, talk relationships and entrepreneurship, because I'm sure that's interesting too. I'm interested to know, a little bit about your videos, because you post some funny videos on the gram. You come up with these crazy ass characters that are like actually very similar to people that we all know.
Yeah.
So how are you able to like put together content that can be silly and funny, but then also like the message is actually a serious advice that you're giving people? How do you like balance that?
How do I balance that? I think my main thing is having trying to make a connection, to try to have a great balance between how can I make this entertaining and funny so people can actually enjoy it, and that's what I do with the intro part of it. And it's funny because most of the things I come up with, I literally be sitting there, and my girl, my sis can tell you, like I sit there and I just start laughing to myself.
Yeah.
It sounds funny. And anything that's dumb in my head, I'm like, all right, cool, let me put it out. It might be funny to other people. So just trying to have a balance of, most of the time it comes from having that balance of just, all right, how can it be creative? And then from there, I make sure every line that I'm saying, it has meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Like every single word, every line, how I say it, everything has meaning behind it. I'm a really big fan of like Black Mirror, right? So Black Mirror is dope and it makes you think. So I want people to enjoy the content, but also you can learn from this. And I think it's a perfect balance of just being able to learn and enjoy something at the same time.
Cool. See, it's how you do it. So I got a fun question for you.
Let's do it.
So being that you have no musical skills. Sorry, I mean, you admitted it.
It's okay.
If you were able to trade places for one day with a musical legend, who would it be?
First person that came to mind is Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Jay. That's the most probably typical answer I could possibly give. But as you said at the beginning, I'm from Bed-Stuy. Marcy's right down the block. And I just love Jay, what he did as a musician. His music is great. And again, Jay, music is a perfect example of stuff that you can bump to, have a good time.
Yeah.
But when you really listen to his lines, he's telling a story. Every single song he has out.
For sure.
And then what he's doing for the community, he's giving back. He's just in this position where he's inspiring so many people. You would never think kid from the hood that grew up drug dealing turned into the first billionaires from Marcy. That's dope. And plus he's black on top of that. It's I would trade places for him.
I could definitely see that. And plus the whole entrepreneurial mindset, you know, that definitely, I could see you definitely fitting right into those shoes and taking over.
Trying to, yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the do's and don'ts in the music industry. But I'm going to invite our next guest, and then both of you will come back and we'll have a little group chat. I appreciate you coming on. Stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. Joshua's coming right back. He's not leaving, okay? So stay tuned. We'll be back with our next guest, Skyzoo. Whether it's tax season, the holidays, or whatever falls in between, you want to make sure that you're being smart with your money. So go visit my girl, Queen Candace, at the Queen Blueprint to learn how to gain your financial freedom. You could get a personalized debt payoff plan, a full financial overview, and learn to repair your relationship with money. Smarter money moves are waiting for you at www.thequeenblueprint.com or call 877-387-BLUE. Use code JRose20 for 20% off of all our financial services. Welcome back to the JRose Experience. I am your host, JRose, and I'm here with my next guest, Skyzoo, Brooklyn-born native rapper who recently just dropped a really dope album titled Metropolitan, produced by none other than Pete Rock.
Absolutely.
Right?
How you doing?
Yes. Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah.
So glad you were able to make it. So Metropolitan, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How was that? How was it getting together with Pete Rock to put an album together?
It was awesome. Pete goes without saying, right? He's Pete.
Yeah.
So, just the idea of somebody who I grew up listening to, somebody who I grew up on, somebody who, we all did. You come from a certain era, a certain generation, and if you're cut from a certain cloth of hip hop, it's what you grew up on. It's just a part of the fabric. So with that being said, I've known Pete for years.
Really?
Being in the game, I guess I got in 05, 06 when I kind of started getting in a little bit. So when you're in the game, it's kind of like when you're a rookie, right? Like you get in the league, and then all of a sudden the guys that you grew up watching play and grew up idolizing, now these is the guys you're on the court with. Now these is the guys you're rubbing shoulders with. Yeah. So it's the same thing in music, whereas, oh man, now you're rubbing shoulders with these guys. So with Pete, I would see Pete at events and studio sessions and things like that, and it was always love, and we kind of built a rapport over the years, and he was like, yo, whatever you need, we got to work one day, we got to work, let's do it. So we had toyed around with the idea, throwing beats back and forth once in a while, but we never put anything out. We never put out a record. So then when the idea came for us to do a whole joint, it was like, well, we've been trying to do one record for years, we about to do 12. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how it all just made sense.
How do you go from one track to 12?
Right, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, yo, we're about to do this whole album. And I remember he texted me and was like, yo, you ready to get this album going, bro? Like, it's time. And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
So he hit you up and was like, yo, let's do this.
Yeah, well, it was a conversation that started with, there's a label called Mellow Music Group that I do a lot of work with. They do work with me, Apollo Brown, Odyssey, a bunch of people, very, very big independent hip-hop label called Mellow Music Group. So Mike and Mellow came to me with the idea. Nice. And I was like, yo, what you think about doing a whole album with Pete? I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, Pete's my man. I've known him for years. He's an icon. Yeah, absolutely. So then I guess he reached out to Pete as well. And Pete was like, yeah, Sky and I have been trying to work.
Nice.
So let's do it. So then he texted me and was like, yo, look like we're about to get this album going. And then that was it, you know. And we got together. We did the whole thing in the studio together.
Yeah.
Wasn't no emailing records.
Oh, wow. You did like old school style.
Yeah,
like...
we was in the lab together. We was in the lab together every day. And we knocked it down. You know, if you know me, I write everything on the spot.
Yeah, no.
And I write pretty fast. So we did the whole album in 10, 11 days.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So we just every day go in, throw the beats on.
Yeah.
Write, record. A week and a half later, it was done.
You're like a writing machine. Like, I remember you dropped the album with Ninth Wonder. You guys, like,
we did
it in like 3 days,
yeah,
right?
Cloud9, we did it in 3 days.
How are you able to keep yourself writing so much?
It's a gift. You know, I don't want to take anything away from where it come from.
Yeah.
It's a gift from God for sure. But you also have to love it. You got to love the craft. And when you got something to say, you can't wait to say it. You kind of can't wait to get it out.
Yeah.
So it just comes pouring out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you spill a glass over and it's just pouring.
Yeah.
Like, it don't drip. It pours out. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how it works.
So, like, I know because you are such a great writer, you also do a lot of ghostwriting. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I've always wondered what that was like. Like that must be like a completely different dynamic in this.
It is totally.
How'd you get into ghostwriting?
Oh man, the way I got into ghostwriting. So ghostwriter was something I always just assumed I'd be able to do as a writer.
Really?
Because I was like, man, I'm writing, you know, and I believe in my talent. I know how I get busy. I know what I do. I'm sure I can help some people out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure I can help other people out. Yeah. You know, that was kind of just my way of looking at it. And the mistake I made was meeting other ghostwriters and trying to go through them and get on. And that wasn't going to happen. Yeah. It's like, you know, an interview with chicks being like, can I interview with you and take over your shows? And I'm like, whoa, slow down. You know what I mean?
Like that too.
Right. So, you know, I knew other ghostwriters in the industry and I'd be in sessions with them and all that. And I'd be like, yo, man, you know, when you get in with so-and-so, yo, give me the call. I'm down to come through and help. And they'd be like, yeah, I got you. And the call would never come.
Of course.
So, you know, I had to realize that didn't make much sense. Because I'd be taking food off their plate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So how would you ever get the food on your plate?
It happened through my brother, Ilman.
Oh, I love him.
So Ilman.
He's so dope.
One of my closest friends, one of the greatest producers hip-hop has seen, music has seen. Yeah. Him and I are super, super close. And he was in LA doing some work with some people. Yeah. He came back to Brooklyn and was like, bro, the LA trip was crazy. I was working with so-and-so and whoever. And he was like, yo, you got to come out. They need writers. You got to come out. And he was like, next time I'm going to LA, I'll bring you. Yeah. Next time, you know, he went. I booked the flight. We split a room. And you know what I'm saying? And I went down there. He just walked me in the studio.
Oh, my gosh.
Because he's a producer. Yeah. So there's no stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah, you took another door.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not taking food off his plate. He's not taking food off mine. You know what I mean? Because he's a producer. So it was exactly. So it was nothing for him to bring me in. Yeah. So he brought me in the room with some people, and you know, we just in there working. And you know, one of the artists who we was there working with, you know, walked in and just heard the record that I had just referenced. Because when you ghostwrite, for those who don't know, when you ghostwrite, you don't just write and hand someone the lyrics.
Yeah.
You record a reference track.
Oh.
So if you look back, like, you know, do you curse on your show?
Yeah.
Okay. So like when Biggie wrote Queen Bitch,
yeah.
you can go on YouTube and look up Biggie Queen Bitch reference.
Yeah.
And you'll hear Biggie spitting the whole Queen Bitch song that Little Kim spits. You can hear the reference.
Oh.
So what you do when you write, like, and I only said that because it's common knowledge. Everybody knows
yeah.
the way that situation worked out. It's common knowledge. So like, if I wrote a record for you, whatever the record's talking about, you could be talking about your man, you could be talking about your kids, whatever. If I wrote the record, I'm going to record the reference and give you the reference, and then you're just going to listen to the record 20, 30 times and learn it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like learning a record that you hear on the radio.
Yeah.
So you're going to learn the record, you're just going to listen to it over and over and over and over, and then you're going to go in the booth and recite it.
Oh.
So I had laid a reference down for this record, and artist whoever walks in, because I can't name him, but artist whoever walks in, and he was like, yo, who that? And I was like, oh, this is Skyzoo. Word, yo, what's up? And we met, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. And then we had another one. Was like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. So it just kept going. And he was like, yo, when do you have to leave? And I was like, I'm going back to New York, you know, a couple days. He was like, don't. Stay.
Yeah.
And I wound up staying an extra 2 weeks.
Damn.
And then that just turned into more trips and more penning. And other artists would come in the studio, and they would hear the stuff I wrote for this artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, how can I get with you? And hand me their phone or whatever. Yo, put your number in here. So now I'm bouncing back and forth from here to there. I'm all over LA. I'm all over Atlanta, Miami, just penning everywhere. And then also trying to focus on my stuff. And
yeah,
just
how do you
crazy.
do that? Like, how are you able to, like, write for other people and then also, like, work on your own craft? It's
a balancing act, you know? It's a balancing act. It's kind of 60-40. Like, 60% of the time, I'm on my stuff. 40% of the time, I'm on other people's stuff. It's a balancing act. You know, I could be working on my stuff today, but if I get the call that so-and-so wants me to come out, I'll figure that out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's business. You know what I'm saying? So I'll figure that out.
Do you ever get, like, attached to some of the stuff you write where you're like, damn, I should have kept that for myself? Or, like, how does it feel hearing someone else fit in your bars?
It doesn't bother me. I don't really get attached on something like, I wish I kept that, because just using it as an example, again, if I wrote a record for you, that record's about you. Right? Like, I don't write records and just shop the record to mad rappers.
Yeah, that's
you know
what I was
mean?
wondering.
It's tailor-made. If you walked into a tailor and you got fitted for a dress, it's only going to fit you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I go to a tailor and get fitted for a suit, it's only going to fit me.
Yeah.
It's exact, you know? So if I write a record for you, it's literally going to be your record, because the things I'm talking about, what I'm mentioning in it, I could be talking about the street you grew up on. I could be talking about your family life. I could be talking about your goals. Whatever it is that you want me to write about, it's going to be suited to you. So I can't get attached to that because it's not about me. Sometimes there'll be a line. Like, I've given people lines where I was like, that was kind of nuts. I should have kept that.
I should have kept that.
That was kind of nuts. But it's all good. You know what I mean? But the coolest thing is, you know, driving and you pull up to the light and the chick in the car next to you is playing something that you wrote.
Yeah.
Or the dude in the car next to you is playing something you wrote. Or you go to the gym and there's a record playing in Planet Fitness that so-and-so is spitting that you wrote. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that happens all the time. So it's cool.
Dope. But I hear your stuff too. Like, you had your music on HBO, ESPN.
Oh, I'm out there. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm out there. I'm out there. Yeah.
How are you able to do that? Like, how are you able to get corporate America to actually pay attention to your music?
You know, it's, as an artist, whether you're major label or independent, it's a very important part of the process of what you do as an artist, right? Like, selling records, streaming, going on tours, getting placements. Yeah. Placements is bread up front. Placements is notoriety. Placements goes on your resume. It's kind of like if you got a LinkedIn page and you're like, you've done this.
Yeah.
So you can say, I've been on HBO, I've been on NBA 2K, I've been on ESPN, I've been on Buffalo Wild Wings, I've been. Yeah. And it's like, oh, word. And it only takes one, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's always.
What was the first one for you that, like, made it, like, a notable?
Oh, man. I did a beer thing way back in the day. I still had a regular job when I got this beer placement. I've had a regular job.
I can't remember the last time.
Yeah, I've had a regular job for like 14 years. But I still had a regular job when I got this beer placement. I don't even remember the company. But, so I'll probably scratch that one because I don't remember who it was or what it was or whatever. The first joint I got, wow, maybe it was 2K, maybe. I've been on 2K twice, back to back. I was like the first artist to be on 2K more than once, like back to back, with like stuff that I made specifically for them. Not because now they do it where like they just pick songs that are out
and they put it
build
out
a
there.
playlist.
But you wrote for
back
that.
then it was like create a song specifically for the game.
Oh
So
wow, that's dope.
So I did that 2 years in a row for 2 games in a row. Grand Theft Auto, HBO Entourage. I created a song from scratch for Buffalo Wild Wings. I think the first one might have been 2K. I did some stuff for ESPN, for the NBA. I did the MLB playoff thing. Recently, I did this one record. This publishing company reached out and wanted a record for this show. I think it was the Royals that was on the E! Channel a couple years ago. So I created this record specifically for them, but it wasn't about the show, but it was specifically, they asked for a certain sound and I created it. And the record wound up getting placed on like 10 different things. Like it did a PlayStation thing, it did a racing car video game, it did that show All Americans. It was on that.
So do you have like your team, like a team of people that kind of make that happen for you?
I don't. I do it all.
Really?
Most people do, but I do it. I'm my own manager.
Really?
So I don't really get to sleep much.
So you're out there contacting people, like reaching out, like putting your stuff out there.
A lot of times now the calls come in. You know, when you're first getting started, you got to reach out, you got to kick it, you got to network, negotiate, shake hands, kiss babies, build with people. But then when you have been in for a minute, you know, the calls come to you. So you'll get an email or a call that goes, yo, we're looking for so-and-so. And of course, I got friends in certain situations that'll plug it. They'll be like, yo, Sky, yo, I just got a hit from Buffalo Wild Wings. Yo, can you, all right, cool, now come in. The Buffalo Wild Wings one was probably the coolest one. Because I did it for March Madness.
Oh, nice.
And I think they used it like 4 March Madnesses in a row.
Oh, dope.
So bread just kept coming. Like, it was cool. Like
you're a big basketball fan. So
absolutely. But it was cool. Like I did it one year and like for 3 or 4 March Madnesses in a row. Like every March, it was getting played during March Madness on Buffalo Wild Wings, and it was just bread. It was like, oh, there's more bread. You know what I mean? So
I got one more question, and I promise, we'll move on.
I feel like we didn't have any questions.
I could talk to you like all day.
I feel like we have 2 questions.
Early on in your career, did you have any mentors that guided you, or was it like
really? I had people I worked with early on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say mentors. I had to figure a lot of this out on my own.
Yeah.
You know, of course, there was people I was able to be around and absorb information and get jewels from and kind of be a sponge. I don't know if I had a mentor that I just walked around and they just every step of the way do this. I don't know if I had that. Maybe Ninth in a way. Yeah. Because he was the first person to kind of be like, yo, he's dope. Yeah. Whatever he want to do, I'm good with it. I'm involved. I'm down to assist however I can, you know, whatever it was back in the day. But I still wouldn't say mentor because I had to figure a lot of things out on my own. Yeah. You know what I mean? I had to do all that on my own. I had to learn how to ride a bike on my own. And if I fell, I had to get up and scrape my knee, wipe it off, and keep rolling. You know what I mean? So.
Well, you would be a great mentor for a lot of these up-and-coming artists.
I try to be. You know, there's a lot of artists that are in the game right now that are out of here, huge artists that I was around in the early days. Either I helped them in the booth, literally, or they had it all musically, but I helped as far as connecting certain dots, pointing them in a certain direction, linking them with certain people. There's a lot of artists that I've helped out, and for me, it's all paying it forward. Yeah. Like I don't look at it like, oh, nobody helped me, so you got to figure it out. You know, I would never. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like, nah, if I can help, I'm gonna help because I think you're dope and you deserve it, not because I'm gonna get something out of it, not because I signed you to a 20-page contract, but because I think you're dope. I think you deserve the shot. No one else wants to give it to you. I'll give it to you. You know?
That's so dope. So you think you could do like a little track from Metropolitan for us?
I didn't know we were doing that. Oh, man.
Can you?
You have the music?
Yeah, of course.
Really? This was all set up? I didn't know we were doing all this. Really?
Come on, let's give us a little taste. Not right now. We'll take a quick break, and we come back. We'll do a quick performance.
I'm genuinely surprised. I had no idea this was happening. Okay, we'll figure it out.
I bet. We'll be right back with this performance from Skyzoo. Peace.
I'm America's worst nightmare. I'm young, black, and too intelligent to be scared. I'm from back when you knew everyone you was near. Your circle been around and could never produce a square, right? I'm from there, and you know I live in there goes. Ribbons in the air and love whipped in the O's. My man be sending prayers up for the giving to go. He said he pull a chair up and blow a kiss to the stove. Mwah. All love like splitting this hero with you. Or when they toss slugs and see if there's hero in you. I'm here to talk us and see if it's beneficial. And it's really your love if you bringing some Henny with you, right? Because God bless with the Hennessy made clearer. Sitting in your chest while you sit out the day with us. The feeling that you got when you see what some cake get us. Or the feeling of you watching them tear down a slave theater, right? They placed you to get yours, then put you out of place. Knowing you was just taught to keep a hideaway. Like you don't come from the store until you got a plate. Or flowers over your thoughts like Billie Holiday, right? Either or until we up and gone. They calling 311, but they was color drawn. I watch spots get turned to croissant sellers, like how I watch pots get turned into card pressers. Try to make it all make sense like more Adderall, where every note carry over like if I had a horn. Caught away up with visions of 40 acres, so know when I talk these, I add a lead like Cannonball. Add a lead, Cannonball, never mind. That'll make sense by tomorrow if you should get the time. No ticking like you spent 10 long on the ticket. I kick it like a Carmichael with it and you stoked. I did it for the power of a lobby. Swear to keep it low unless I'm spotted like I'm Kwame. I still never had to go and find a P.O., but my brother does. Commissary Honey Buns. Try and keep 250 with them on the up and up. No one is still Bill and Russell when they come to us. And what it was turns into what it be now. All that you become was given from what you be round. He said, Sky, I was just looking to get a lead out. Try and get this run before I kick it like it was 3 downs. I said, I'm trying to stop the get outs from playing keep out. Both of us was talking about how we could put a knee down. His for the score and mine for the cause. Live for it all. A line from the door. Word to the new Jim Crow and how parole go. And word to all of the above being homegrown. Peace and love.
Check out my people at Regal Star Apparel for some dope hoodies, t-shirts, sweatsuits, and more. I really love their style. Their designs have this creative yet classic artsy vibe to it. Their clothes is comfortable, affordable, and it's just all around dope. And all our viewers and listeners can get 10% off when they use code JRose10 at checkout. Shop Regal Star Apparel at regalstaronline.com. Follow them on IG at Regal Star Apparel. Welcome back to the JRose Experience. I'm still your host, JRose. I have a manager. Thanks for staying tuned in. I'm back with my guests, Skyzoo and Joshua Walker. I invited them back on set so we can dig a little deeper into the music industry. And we're going to talk about the dark side of the music industry and some of the paths that artists have gone down that had negative effects on their careers. Yeah. So please, guys, tell me, what are some of the aspects of the dark side of the music industry?
Oh, man. There's so many, sadly, you know. There's the things that kind of like surface as far as, you know, the industry being played the way it's played. People saying they're going to do certain things that they don't. No one actually saying what they mean or meaning what they say. You know, just those types of things, right? And they may suck business-wise, but at the end of the day, you still live to see another day and nobody speak about it. But then you have that other layer of drug overdose and senseless violence and killings and things like that, and just where we are as a culture with our music, you know. Yeah. When it comes to hip-hop and our culture and what we do, we are the only genre of music, the only culture that goes through these types of things, you know? And a lot of it is because of where hip-hop is rooted from. It's rooted from the street. Yeah. It comes from the street. It's from where we all from, where we all grew up, where most of us were born and raised, and it blossomed into suburban America, middle America, and overseas and all over the world, which is amazing. But hip-hop comes from the ground. It comes from the street. It comes from this energy of not having much, you know, not being able to do much, not having much at your disposal, not having any hope. So those elements are still in it, even when artists create. And that's fine. We all come from it, myself included. But the idea is you would hope that the music would give you the growth to be able to see past all that. Yeah. And it seems like a lot of times we aren't. Yeah. Generally speaking. Yeah.
What kind of advice would you give like a client if you see them heading in that direction, like the drugs or maybe like getting into like a violent path?
A violent path? I would say honestly the same thing I said before, like earlier today. It's just focus. Like understand like you have to focus. Yeah. And it's like, you know, you have vices that come with everything that you do. The money brings other things like alcohol, drugs and all of that, but it's like you have to know what your focus is, know
Yeah.
who you are. Because a lot of people, they get caught up in these, everything is just because it's the cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Like in high school.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, nah, word, he's doing that, so I'm gonna do it. Oh, she's doing that, I'm gonna do it. So it's like, you just have to be yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can go to these events, network, shake hands, do everything that you have to do, but at the end of the day, know who you are.
Yeah.
Don't say, if somebody come like, yo, you want to do X, Y, and Z, and you know that's not you, you have to have your own mind. So I'm like, you have to have a focus and just like know who you are and don't let anybody else change it.
See.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think, like, what are things that you guys do personally, like, to try to change that narrative?
Well, for me personally, just piggybacking off what he said is the focus, you know. Even when I was younger, growing up in certain atmospheres and different aspects of how I was raised and who I was raised around, you know, this thing could have went a lot of different ways in my life. You know, I talk about it all the time in my music. This thing could have went a whole myriad of ways, but it didn't. It turned into me being able to make music and being here at 37 years old to talk about it and to continue to create, because I didn't go down all those different paths, because I had the love of the music. Like, all I wanted to do was make music as a kid. Yeah, I ran around and did certain little things and was a typical Brooklyn, New York kid running around in the street outside. But at the end of the day, a lot of decisions I made and a lot of decisions I didn't make were all because of the music. And I was like, this is what I want to do. As a little kid, as a teenager growing up, this is what I want to do. So, yeah, we doing whatever, and that's cool, but I'm not doing that but so much or going but so far with it, because I really want to make this music, and this is really what I love, and I'm not really trying to let anything get in the way of that. So the passion is what should be able to stop you. The problem is now, 9 out of 10 artists getting in don't have the passion. They don't have the love for it, because it's turned into, oh, this is an easy flip. This is an easy way to make money and get hot and get popular and get girls and whatever. This is an easy flip.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, it was, yo, you made music, you wanted to be one of the greats. You wanted to be successful and get money and be hot and the girls up, but you wanted to be one of the greats. Nowadays, it's like, yo, as long as I got a record that's litty and I can get a TikTok challenge and I can get a whatever, I'm out of here. My followers can hit 400,000 or 500,000 and I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm gone. And then that'll turn into me doing shows and festivals, and that'll turn into a bag, and that'll turn into me modeling over here, and that'll turn into me doing this, and it just turns into bags. All right, but do you love all this?
Yeah.
And they really don't. So it shows, you know?
How would you, like, keep your clients, or what would you suggest for up-and-coming artists out there that don't really know what their passion is, but they know that they want to be in the music industry? Like, how would you guide them into finding that passion and staying focused on that?
And staying focused on it, I would say it comes from, to piggyback off of what you said, like, you have to love it. And it's like something you know it. I just had a conversation just standing in here with one of your previous guests, and we was talking about just college, and I told him, like, I dropped out of school. It wasn't for me. And we was just having this conversation, and he was like, yo, man, like, I'm going to school. I don't really want to be there. I hate the tests. I hate this. I hate that. But I'm going to still go. And it's like, it's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, that's what society tells you to do. So it's like, you just have to just go back to knowing what you love. And if you have an honest conversation with yourself, that's how you figure out what you truly love. Because it's like, before this, I would even say I was doing, AMG was like a nonprofit. So we went into schools and underprivileged neighborhoods, and we spoke to kids about entrepreneurship. So I was there, I was working with the kids, I was doing this every single day. And when I was with the students, I had fun. But one day I woke up and was like, I don't really want to do this. It became more of a job than something that I'm waking up. Yo, I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to stay up for like 10, 12 extra hours just to get something done. And it's like that, when that passion fades away, you know, it's time to make a change. And I did that for 5 whole years. 5 years. A lot of people are like, yo, if I do something, if anybody does something for 5 years, it's like, I'm sticking with this just because I put so much time in. But I realized the happiness wasn't there, so I had to redirect it to that passion. So to tie all that back in is like, as long as you find that, know every day you're waking up, you're enjoying what you're doing. You're happy. Like, happiness. It's all about happiness at the end of the day, because the money's going to come, the cars, the houses, all that is going to come in due time. As long as you're sticking with what you're doing, you're putting positivity out there into the universe, and you're happy. That's it.
And then what I want to add to what he said, which I agree with 100%, I think when you're getting in the game and when you're trying to get into the game, a lot of people at home on the gram, on the phone, computer, whatever, and they're seeing, oh, I want to get in. I want to get in this. It looks dope. It looks fun. I love music. I hear music. I love music. Let me try to create something. You don't have to be an artist. You can be like him. You can be a manager. You can be a consultant. You can be an A&R. You can start a label. You can be a show promoter. You can be a booking agent. You can work for venues, and you can say, man, I go to 5 concerts a month. I love music. Okay, work with a venue. Yeah. Get a job working with a venue, and you could be the one that books the talent. Yeah. Now you're the talent buyer for a venue, and every day your job is just bringing in talent to the venue. You love going to shows anyway. Now you get paid to go to shows. You don't got to be on stage. Yeah. You could be backstage counting up the bread and breaking everybody off and leaving with that, and you can become the biggest talent buyer in your city. That can turn into you managing artists. That can turn all different types of things. Yeah. There's so many ways you can go about this. You can do engineering. So many things in the music industry. Like, you don't have to be the artist in order to be in there. I think everyone thinks you got to be the artist because it's fun, the fame. It's glamorous. Everybody knows you. You're the one that's going to get 250,000 followers or 600,000 followers, as opposed to the manager or the A&R or the CEO having 15,000 followers. But they're the ones breaking the back. They're the ones that can walk in the Target and not get hassled every day. Like, it's a better balance, man. You know what I'm saying? So there's different ways you can get in that room. You don't have to be standing on the stage. Yeah. You know?
Have you guys ever been in a position where you were faced with that dark side of the industry and had to make a decision to go the right route?
For me personally, yeah. I mean, integrity is everything for me. So if I say something, if I say, yo, I'm gonna do such and such, I'm gonna do it. If I say I'm coming here to do the interview, if I say I'm working with somebody, doing a collab, or if I say I'm shooting a video with somebody, if I say an interview, whatever it is, I'm gonna do it. Like, integrity is everything, but that's just how I grew up. Yeah. So it's the music, but then outside of it as well, because I just grew up a certain way in old school Brooklyn. Like, it's integrity. Like, you are who you are, But that all goes into, like what you said, if you're faced with certain things and being able to make certain decisions, my integrity and who I am as a man and as an artist and as an MC, and again, more importantly, as a man, will make me make certain decisions, wise decisions, going the right way. And being in the game for a little while now, having been in the game for a minute, you know everything the game has to offer. Yeah. You know the way it works. You know the ins and outs. It's like being in the league. Like when you're a rookie in the NBA, things are one way. You've been in the league 5 years, 10 years, 14 years like me. You're like, I know how this game works. Yeah. I know what time we got to leave the hotel. I know how much sleep I need in order to play right tomorrow. I know what type of diet I need to be on. I know when to put more energy into this play. But like, I know how this game works. So it's the same thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How about you? You ever face anything where you were like, that's a little not what I want to do?
You know what's funny? It's like, because it's like, I am the most straight edge, one of the most straight edge people you can meet.
Yes,
it's like,
you are.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, awesome. I don't party. I was raised in like a Christian household. My grandmother had me in church, Sunday school, regular service, after school. So it was like, my parents, I never grew up around that, right? Yeah. So it's like, in the music, you're going to be always in spaces where people are drinking, where people are smoking, where people are partying. That's just what comes with music. But it's like, I tell me and my girl, we go to events, it's like, yo, I'm going to come here. I know I'm going to be here for X amount of time. I'm going to say what's up. I'm going to network. I'm going to do what I have to do. And then I'm out. Yeah. I'm not staying here for none of the extracurricular stuff like that. And that's just me. And that's not putting anybody else down. Like, live your life. But it goes back to knowing who you are and staying true to who you are. Because this person does X, Y, and Z, you don't have to follow their shoes. Right. So it's about just like, I'm just not about it. Yeah. That's awesome. And knowing again, having that honest conversation with yourself and knowing like, I'm doing this for that person or I'm doing this for me. Yeah. So when it comes to any of that dark side of the industry, it's like, I don't care to be around it. Yeah. I'd rather be home playing Scrabble. That's it. Like, that's what
most people would crack and be like, you know what? I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do whatever, but I'm here. I'm around these people. Let me do it. I'm trying to meet so-and-so. So-and-so's over there blowing it down. Yeah, yo, what up? And then that it turned into a connection. You just got to know how to have that integrity about yourself. How to still get in that conversation without being uncomfortable with the fact that, I'm good, I don't blow, I'm good.
Yeah, that's okay.
You know,
like no one's
absolutely. But there's so many people who, you be in a room, I've been in sessions and boom, boom, boom. Snow lines is just lined up. Yo, I'm good. Yeah. We can still work.
Yeah.
We still get busy, but I'm all right. There's no peer pressure that's gonna make me want to get involved with something I don't want to get involved with, or someone who I don't want to get involved with.
Yeah, and no one's gonna lose respect for you over that.
And if they do, then they wasn't meant to be around.
And that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about respecting that.
Absolutely.
The people aren't willing to respect that. Like, nah, you have to do this to get in. Is it really worth it?
Yeah, no.
I don't think so.
No,
Some people might, but nah, I don't think so.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, thanks so much for this insight. I love it. I hope y'all listening, those that want to get out there and get into the industry and understand what it's like. Everything is not a cakewalk. Okay, so anyone that knows me knows that I'm not a big makeup person. So when I have to get all glammed up, I go to La Creme Faces. I can only go to somebody that I can trust with my face. They specialize in glam makeup and even special effects makeup. So you could be turned into the beauty or even the beast. So make sure you follow them on Instagram and make your appointment today at La Creme Faces. So y'all ready to play a game?
Let's do it.
Sure, let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna play our improv game called Off the Top. Joshua's gonna pick a card. He's gonna tell us what game we're gonna play today. Y'all ready? Y'all can play too if you want.
Hope I'll pick the right card.
Let me shuffle. I don't want him to cheat. That's what I'm looking before.
You want us to read it together? Or?
You can read it by yourself.
It's a mixtape?
Yes!
Oh,
Mixtape!
okay. Mixtape.
I love that game.
There you go.
Hopefully at the end of the season, we're going to make a real JRose Experience mixtape with all the songs that you guys tell us. All right, so mixtape, this is how it works. I'm going to pick some cards from this box, and it's going to give me some life scenarios. And you guys have to give me the title of a song that will fit the scenario.
Okay.
Okay. You righteously are quitting a job by throwing a cheeseburger at your shitty boss. What song plays on your way out?
You know what? Not even to be funny, no shameless plug. It's just crazy that would be one of the cards. I made a record on my debut album, Salvation, in 2009, called For What It's Worth.
Yes.
And the record is about me getting fired from my job. So I would totally play that record. Because the idea for that record came about when I got fired from my last job. The last job I had was in 2006. Thank God I haven't had a quote-unquote 9-to-5 since then.
Nice.
So in 2006, I got fired from my job, and I told myself I'm never working again. And the scenario of what happened with me losing the job and whatever, it was an idea that I was like, you know what? I want to save this for whenever I make my debut album.
Nice.
And that was For What It's Worth on the Salvation. So I would play that just because the irony, it just makes too much sense. So no shameless plug at all.
Shameless plug, I love it. I love it. The Salvation, debut album.
It just makes too much sense.
All streaming platforms.
Oh, man.
How about you? What's song playing after you throw that cheeseburger?
The only thing, and it's not like a perfect rendition, but I just imagine throwing it in slow motion and like ludicrous move, get out the way. I just imagine like hitting it in the face and just like walking out in slow motion.
That's super dope.
That's the first thing that came
I
to mind.
love that. I love that. Okay. Did you go to college? Or you guys both dropped out?
Junior year.
I went, but I didn't finish. Yeah, but
Okay. So what hip-hop song best describes your first year of college?
I'll let you start it.
First year of college. Oh man. Wiz Khalifa. Work hard, play hard.
Okay.
Work hard, play hard. Because with my college experience, right? High school. And this is funny. Everything comes around full circle when I say like all the things I say on like just responding is stuff that I've actually dealt with in life. So just staying true to yourself. Junior year, I was on a football team for maybe like 3 weeks, right? And it was this kid, like we both got our test back. I got like let's say an 88, and he got like a 50. And he's like, bro, you got an 88? Man, it's grades are for losers or something like that. And it really impacted me. I'm like, you right. And then I started like just slacking off. Just being a kid, just being
so you started playing hard.
Yeah, but this is before college. This is high school. So it was like, my grades went downhill. And then eventually, my senior year came, junior year, we had to apply for colleges and whatnot. And reality hit me. Like, I couldn't get into no schools at all. I wanted to go away. I had this whole plan, and one school accepted me, Mega Evans. And then I got accepted to Brooklyn College literally like 2 days before. So the second I got to Brooklyn College, it was all about, I got to go hard so I can be able to have that go-away experience. So I worked hard, got a 4.0. I was in
Okay,
clubs.
yes.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Like that literally is the theme song of my whole year. I was just focused. So yeah.
Word up. For me, I would say, man, there's a lot because the year I went to college, my freshman year. Because you said freshman year, what was
Yeah. Well, your first
you know what?
year.
I would go probably Jay-Z Never Change, just because that whole Blueprint album, that was when I was in college. Like my freshman year was 2000, 2001. Like that was the freshman year or whatever. And yeah, I would say that. That was like, we just was listening to that album a lot.
Nice.
So
I love that album.
there's no deeper scenario behind it.
Song.
Just that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the soundtrack on campus.
Next scenario. You're on a 14-hour road trip. The radio doesn't work, but the CD player is stuck on repeat with one song. What song would you pick to listen to for 14 hours straight?
Oh, man.
I got mine.
Yeah, 14 hours is real.
Back to back.
I would go either Slum Village Players Instrumental or Nas The World Is Yours. So
I actually pick one of Nas's old rivals, Jay. Hard Knock Life. That's my joint. I can listen to that any time of the day. Repeat.
I love that song.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, last song, last scenario. You are creating your first masterpiece. What song do you listen to while you're making it?
First masterpiece?
Yeah. Oh, well, you don't draw, you don't dance, you don't.
So I'm trying to make a video.
Making a mess. There you go. First. I think I'm gonna need a few more seconds.
Miles Davis, All Blues. So if you know me, you know I'm a huge jazz guy, even more so than hip hop. You know, I named my son Miles after Miles Davis. I'm a huge jazz guy, and All Blues by Miles Davis off of Kinda Blue.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just because it's perfect. No
fits right in.
Yeah.
So I have an artist. She's like an upcoming pop singer, not pop, like more like I would like. It's weird, alternative. She's on her own lane. Her name is Chelsea Cole. I've been listening to her like back to back for the last few weeks, and she has a song called Air Force Ones. It's like a really cool, laid back, like just chill song. So I would definitely say something like every time I'm working or focusing on something, I can listen to her music, enjoy it, but I can also focus on what I have to do.
Yeah.
So I would definitely have that just playing again and again and again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely get distracted when I'm listening to music. Even though I love listening to music while I'm creating and writing, sometimes, those bars start hitting and I'm like,
start singing too.
and then I stop listening and I'm like,
you gotta listen to something without words.
Yeah,
it's like the right
instrumentals, jazz,
True.
Lo-fi. Lo-fi.
Do we have time for one more question? He said yes. Okay, what's the best Monday morning wake up song?
Wow.
Just Monday morning.
Mondays, that's important. It makes a difference.
Like Scott said, like we don't have typical 9 to 5s.
Right.
So it's like every day is kind of like a Monday, like get to work day. But what I would say, the song that came to mind is Win. It's featuring Kendrick. I forgot who's the main person. Win.
Oh,
Win.
J-Rock.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my song. If I can wake up to any song, I'll play that and it just gets you into that mindset. Let me just do what I gotta do. Let me take on the day.
Yeah, for me, Stanley Turrentine, Sugar. Stanley Turrentine. It's a
Love
jazz
that.
record. Yeah, it's a jazz record.
Look at you. Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
That was fun. I can't wait to hear like the whole playlist of all the mixtape songs that people give us. That's gonna be like the wildest shuffle playlist. So I'm gonna ask you guys one last question. It's something that I ask every single guest at the end of every episode. I have this theory where I believe that creative people are like mutants. We're special. We do things that other people cannot do.
Yeah.
So I want to know, what is your superpower?
Oh,
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna need a few more seconds to think about it.
Telling stories for people who want to tell them but can't. Don't know how. A voice for the voiceless, they call it. You know, people who got a lot to say, people who want someone to relate to, but feel like that one or thing doesn't exist. Showing them that it does. You know, being like, yeah, I get that. I relate to that. Here's why you're not alone in that. Here's why this is important, or why you matter, or whatever it is. The voice.
The voice.
Yeah.
The voice for the voiceless.
Yeah, like that. That's deep.
That's deep.
Nah, that's deep. I like that. I think mine's would be, I was on Instagram story one day and I was like, I asked a question. I said, what would be the one thing that separates you from everybody else in your lane? And I think my thing was just my energy.
Yeah.
I like positivity. I like making people just feel comfortable. Like, oh, let's talk, let's chop it up, let's have a good time. I don't like being in spaces that's just like stuffy and like, I don't really want to be here. I like enjoying the moment, like every single moment of life, no matter what it is. Even like at the doctor's office. So my thing would be, my superpower would definitely be like just engaging with people. Engaging with people, having dope, deep conversations, and just bringing positivity to people's lives. I like that.
That's a great superpower. I love it.
Yeah.
So please, guys, please tell our audience where they can find you, so they can follow you guys.
Yeah. Go for it, bro.
Joshua Walker, AMG_CEO on Instagram. My website is theamgway.com. Yeah, those are the two main places you can find me. Check me out. Say hi. Say what's up. That's my superpower. Just connect with me. We'll figure it out.
For me, Instagram's at Skyzoo the writer. Everything spelled out the right way. I went to school. Facebook. I think my Facebook is the real Skyzoo. I'm not super Facebooky. I'm not a super Facebook guy, but Instagram at Skyzoo the writer. Twitter at Skyzoo. And yeah, I'm around. All my information is in the bios of said profiles. So my email is in there. Like I said earlier, I manage myself. So if you hit that email, it's me and me only who's going to see it. And I'm around, you know?
Yes. Thank you. And if you guys, please, can go ahead and follow our new Instagram page, JRose Experience. Hit that follow button and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to our channel. Keep growing, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.